Good morning, children. Welcome back to our civics class. In our civics class, we are discussing about the new chapter, that is understanding marginalization, right? In the last class, we have discussed about who are Adivasis and what kind of things they do, where do they live, what kind of occupation they perform, how they live, and what kind of things they worship. So that's all we have discussed in the previous class. So, and in today's class, you'll be able to learn about Adivasis and stereotyping, Adivasis and development. Okay, let's go. Children, scheduled tribes. Actually, we all know that Adivasis are tribal people. As I told you that tribals, they are nothing but those who live in the fringes of the nature. It means on the mountain landscape or forests or river valleys. So they live far from the normal human beings. We live in cities and towns, but they live very close to the nature. So such kind of people we call them tribes. But in the government official list now, the government used to call them as scheduled tribes. Okay, so in the official list, they list out the number of tribals, how many varieties of tribals, how many kinds of tribes are existing in India. All those are listed in the government's list. That's called official list of tribes. So we call all the tribes as scheduled tribes. So often scheduled tribes are often grouped together with scheduled caste children. That's why we say ST and SC. Scheduled caste means what? Very backward in category. They're in very backward in category in their caste or in their economical background. Okay, scheduled tribes, these are very far away from the people. Those are advanced people like us, no? They are very, very far. They don't accept the technology which we follow now. They don't accept the development which you are having now. Okay, so those are called scheduled tribes, and economically backward or socially backward classes, no, we can call them as scheduled castes. So both of them are grouped together. We usually see that Adivasis are portrayed. It means what? No, picturized in different type. Not like us. They put different headgears. Children, they'll be appear in different colorful costumes, and their dance is also different. Their way of talking is different. They talk differently. They act differently. They perform various activities also differently from that of ours. Okay, their manage, their rituals, everything is different from that of ours. That's why we see always Adivasis are portrayed or picturized in different way. So by seeing that, now we get an idea that we feel that they are different people. It means stereotyping is nothing but it's a basically it's a creating a false notion that we fix on someone or for some particular thing. So let's take an example of a boy, children. You know nothing about that boy, but you may pass a false statement on that boy that he is very bad boy, he is a liar, he is a cheater, he is a thief. Something you just frame some false statement on that boy. So that is called what, children, stereotyping. That's called prejudice. Actually, if you pass the same false statements on some group of people or some community, that's called stereotyping. For example, all the boys are bad, all the girls are good. It's not all the boys are bad. Some you can find good also. It's not all the girls are good. Some you can find bad also. So in that way, if you create a false notion on some group of particular people, it's called stereotyping. It's called what, children? Stereotyping. Now, so besides that, children, we see to know that very little about the realities of their lives. We know nothing about their lives. We, by seeing the image of the Adivasis, we feel that they are different from that of ours. But children, it is wrongly leads to people believing that they're exotic. It means they're not ours. Like we treat them as if they are not belongs to our community. They belongs to some other areas like aliens. Okay, they are primitive. They follow only primitive methods. They don't want to develop or they don't want to take the development. Okay, they always lie backward. Such kind of wrong or false statements we make on them. But actually, children, according to the Adivasis know a variety of rice cultivation, children, which many of us don't know. They know many varieties of rice, and when you're not feeling well, you go to doctor. But they know what is the if they get any fever or if they get any kind of problem, children, they don't visit any doctor. By using the nature, they know the use of every tree, every bark, every leaf, every fruit, and that they use it as for treatment or medicine. In that way, they cure their problems. Understand, children? So, but what happens is very often Adivasis are blamed for their lack of development or advancement. We feel that they are backward in development. Okay, that is just only a feeling or an idea, that's all. Now let's come to the next topic in this chapter, children, that is Adivasis and development. In this concept, children, you are going to learn about the forest, what is the development which takes place in the Adivasis. Once really the Adivasis, they used to lead a primitive life, but now there is a lot of changes took place in their lives, children. So let's see what had happened in the earlier and how the changes has been taken place. Okay, forests covered a major part of the country till the 19th century, children. Till the 19th century, maximum part of the country of the India, children, they covered with forests. So these Adivasis has a deep knowledge and of access to the all the resources in the forest, children. They know which kind of, as I told you that, they know about each and every plant, each and every animal, how it works, how can it cures the diseases, everything they know about the forest. So every nook and corner in the forest can be known by the forest, by this Adivasis, and these Adivasis has a control over them on those all the vast tracts of forest. Okay, next. This meant that they were not ruled by large states. Actually, Adivasis are not having any kind of large states. Like rulers, no, like kings, they are having their kingdoms. But these Adivasis are not having any kind of states or empires or kingdoms. But instead, the empires and the kingdoms which are existed that time, they used to depend mainly on the Adivasis. Because as you all know that, what kind of things which we get from the forest, children? Metal ores like iron and copper, gold and silver, coal and diamonds, and invaluable timber, most medicinal herbs and animal products also, for example, wax, lac, honey, and elephants, tusks of elephants. So likewise, many things they have come from the forest only. So that's why these things, these people only they extract from the forest and they used to supply them to the umpires. So in that way, they help the rulers and the kings to run their administration or to run their kingdom.